Hi everyone and welcome back. We're going to be looking back on Game Week 9 and the transfers I had to make last minute for that game week. We'll also be looking forward to next game week and the transfers that I've already made. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at our defense. So we started off with Ramsdale and net. Pretty easy decision. He's the best player that we have for goalkeepers. I mean, we could have put Foster in, but he was playing Everton, which is a bit of a harder fixture than it is against Aston Villa, in my opinion. Just because Everton have better attacking players than Aston Villa. So I thought he could keep a clean sheet, and he was so close to keeping a clean sheet. Aston Villa getting a goal late on in the game from Ramsey was a complete waste. There was no need for Arsenal to give away that goal, and it didn't change the game at all for Aston Villa. It's not like it was like 2-1 and they might come back. It was 3-0. They got a consolation goal. It's a complete waste. So wipes out our clean sheet, which is a bit annoying. We had Rudiger coming on, or not coming on. He was starting. Played against Norwich. They absolutely crushed Norwich 7-0. Absolutely ridiculous. Too bad Lukaku wasn't fit. That would have been a very nice game for him to play in, probably. But yeah, he got an assist on one of the goals. And yeah, I mean, got an assist, got a clean sheet, 9 points, no bonus points. Decent performance. A very unfortunate game for us was the Man City game, at least in defense. We had Diaz and Cancelo both started the game, which was pretty nice to see. We liked seeing that our Man City players are playing, but unfortunately they conceded a goal to a very stupid penalty that Ederson gave away. And yeah, so that was very unfortunate. Wiped away 2 clean sheets. Could have been a huge points for us, but we'll get into the huge points later. But yeah, Cancelo, Diaz, 1 and 2 points respectively. Not great, but it is what it is. And then we have Livramento coming in for 9 points against when he was playing Burnley. He hit the post once, and they ended up scoring a goal after hitting the post. I think he scored a header off the corner right after he hit the post. Very nice game from him. Got 2 bonus points, 9 points, and he came in for Christensen, who ended up going to the bench because he did not play. I was quite lucky that I didn't end up putting Saka in front of Livramento on the bench because I thought that Saka might not play, and I thought that if he didn't play, he might come off the bench and get 1 point, so I thought Livramento playing the full game would have a better chance of getting more points, and I was right. But I was kind of right, because Saka didn't end up playing the whole game, but yeah. Worked out for us and in our favor, so yeah, got a decent amount of points from the back. Let's move on to the midfield, where we get to see a lot of our points. Okay, so we're going to start in the middle because it's definitely the most disappointing part, and then we're going to move on to the much better areas of the team. Rafinha, only 1 point, played 53 minutes, came off injured against Wolves. Disappointing, to say the least, but it sounds like he's going to be okay. It sounds like he's going to return. He even put out a post on his Instagram, I believe, saying that he's going to be okay. Obviously, that's hard to tell if that's actually true or not because it was just right after the game. And it's not like he's like the physio coach, right? So he doesn't know if his injury is actually bad or not. So bit disappointing, only 1 point, but hopefully he comes back against Norwich next week. That'll be a big game for us and for Leeds, considering how much Chelsea absolutely tore them apart. Norwich are the team to target. They're the whipping boys of the Premier League. Moving on to the right, we got Phil Foden playing an absolutely amazing game. He got 2 goals and an assist and 3 bonus points and played the full 90 minutes. It was just a great performance. Could have had 1 more point if he kept the clean sheet, but 18 points is pretty good. But yeah, like the second goal he scored was a bit lucky. I think he was running across the net, and Jesus taking the shot, and he hit off at the back of his heel and went up, and Sanchez couldn't keep it out. So it's nice to get a little bit of luck. But yeah, Foden's performance overall was amazing. Man City played absolutely fantastic. They were dominating Brighton right off the bat. Played so well and just took the game by the scruff of the neck. Yeah, Phil Foden did absolutely amazing. I'd be surprised if he doesn't start next game. They play Crystal Palace. That will be a huge game for us. I'm really hoping he starts. I think he will. Moving on to the main man on the team, and what a catastrophic failure Manchester United's defense were at stopping Mohamed Salah, the king. He is the king. Absolutely unreal. 3 goals, 1 assist, 3 bonus points, got the clean sheet. It was just, if you don't own Salah, if you are one of the, 31% that don't own Salah, what are you doing? Why are you even playing? Why are you even playing the game? You might as well just get him in and captain him. He's a cheat code. He's been unreal this season. He's gotten hauls in almost every single game week. I think he's only blanked once, and that was in the second game week against Burnley. It's just unreal. I just can't imagine not having him in the team. He's been truly a blessing to have in this team. And yeah, so he got 24 points. Most of them coming from the goals and the assists. And yeah, just an unreal performance from him. Just a hat trick. One of the 3 hat tricks this weekend after Mount and King both got hat tricks in their respective games, which was absolutely unreal. King, somebody to keep an eye out for. I think he could be really good if he's playing more often and more in that Watford side. Mount, on the other hand, I don't know if I would prefer him over Foden. Obviously, Mount's fixtures are really amazing, but I don't know. I think that Mount was a product of his environment in that game, if that makes sense, because without Lukaku and Werner, he is not going to be the one controlling the game up top. It's going to be more one of those 2 strikers, I think, in the future, while Man City don't really have a number 9, where that's where Foden fills in. So I think Foden, if you're looking for Foden or Mount, I would go Foden, just by the way. Okay, let's move on to our forward line. Okay, so looking at our forward line, we're going to go from left to right. We'll start with the new man who we had to bring in last minute last week after Lukaku's injury in the Champions League. We brought in Harry Kane. I could have brought in Vardy. It was a close call between the 2 of them, but I thought Kane would be better just because I want Kane in the future anyways. From game week 12 to 15, he's got absolutely unreal fixtures against Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, and we all know Norwich is definitely a team to target. So I just thought bringing him in early, playing him against West Ham wouldn't be too big of a deal. If he gets a goal, that's awesome. If not, no big deal. I didn't think Leicester City's fixtures were much better than Spurs anyways in the next 3 game weeks, so I just thought get Kane in early, throw him in there, hope he does decent. Didn't do decent. No goals for Spurs. Pretty shit game. I actually almost kind of hope that Tottenham lose against Manchester United. I know you're not supposed to say that as a fan of Tottenham, but I just hope they lose that way Nuno goes. His playstyle is crap. There's no goals. There's nothing fun to watch about the games, and also we're losing them. So it's like, if you're gonna lose a game, you might as well show some fight, show some character, show something. But yeah, like the example I bring up is like Leeds. They might lose a lot of games and they might come mid-table, but at least they're fun to fucking watch. Tottenham, they're so boring. They're so boring, and it's not leading to goals, and it's hurting Kane and it's hurting Son. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Let's move on to Tony. Tony, only 2 points against Leicester. I mean, Leicester were not a team that I was expecting too much from in like terms of returns for Tony. A bit disappointing that he only got 2 points, but I'm not that surprised. It's all right. So yeah, his future fixtures are the ones that I'm looking for him to finally come into form and start getting some goals, but we'll have to wait and see. Jimenez, on the other hand, getting another return this week with a nice assist to Hwang. It's looking like I should have probably brought in Hwang instead of Jimenez. It's been about 4 game weeks since I've had Jimenez roughly, and in all those game weeks he's assisted to Hwang, and he hasn't scored any goals, or maybe he scored 1 goal. Oh no, he scored against Newcastle. My apologies. Oh no, those are 2 assists. So yeah, he's all the time that I've had Jimenez, all he's been doing is assisting other people. It'd be nice for him to get on the score sheet. Wolves do still have some decent fixtures coming up. Probably around game week 15 is when we can probably ship him. Maybe bring in Antonio. Antonio's fixtures start to turn really, really good in that time. And I mean, honestly, getting rid of him in the first place for Jimenez might have been a mistake. Even with the harder fixtures, West Ham have been playing much better, and Antonio's still scoring goals. So yeah, we'll have to see if that was a huge mistake or not. Okay, so moving on to our bench, we got Christensen, didn't play, nothing to say there. Saka was a doubt before the game started, so I threw him second on the bench. Thought just in case he comes on for 1 point, he doesn't get auto sub for one of my defenders, which is what I was worried about, because I just knew in my heart of hearts that one of Diaz, Cancelo, Christensen, or Rudiger were going to be benched. That's just the way it is, or Foden. One of those 5 are going to be benched almost every week. The rotation, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was benched, and I was right. So Christensen was benched. Livermento came in for him, and it was a very nice time. And yeah, that's why Saka's second on the bench. Brownhill, third on the bench. He's going to be staying there all season. Solid 2-pointer every week. Just keep him there. Hope he scores a goal every once in a while when he comes on. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he only got me 2 points the entire season. So the projected score for this team was 59.7. As you can see, just between Salla and Foden alone, we beat that, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we can start looking at what the final score was, which was 100. We got exactly 100 points. It's the second time this season that we've gotten over 100 points in a game week. We're looking pretty fantastic overall. Yeah, let's look at our overall score now. We've got 647 points after 9 game weeks. Very decent results. I would love to be able to keep this up. It's quite amazing how well I've been doing at the start of the season. So let's see if we can keep it up for the rest of the season. Yeah, and then our overall rank is 17,410. We are in the top 20k. Before the Liverpool match, actually, I was in the top 10k. And unfortunately, the fact that I did not own Trent Alexander-Arnold or Antonio, sorry, it was after Saturday, not before the Liverpool match. It was after Saturday, I was in the top 10k, and then Liverpool played and the Spurs game played, and it was downhill from there. Yeah, I lost about 8,000 rank because of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Rudiger, or not Rudiger, sorry, Antonio. Yeah, those two really hurt my rank, but it was all right. Anyways, let's look on to next week, and yeah, let's see what's going on there. Okay, so let's look onto the team. Starting off in net, we got Ramsdale. He's playing Leicester away. I'm debating playing Foster against Southampton. I think that it might actually be a better game. Watford they always leak goals, while Arsenal seem to be much better. And with Leicester having Vardy out, which if Vardy is out, then I might play Ramsdale. But if not, I think I might play Foster instead. If Ramsdale is or if it's confirmed that Vardy is not playing, I will be playing Ramsdale. If not, Foster's going to come in for him. Yeah, so looking left to right, we got Rudiger against Newcastle away. Newcastle, trash. Their only real threats are Wilson. I could maybe see them scoring a goal, but Chelsea have just been so amazing in defense that I just don't see it happening. I could see a decent clean sheet here. Maybe even a low-scoring game, because I know obviously Chelsea played really amazing against Norwich, and they scored a lot of goals. But without that main striker up top, I could see Chelsea not scoring as many goals overall this season. But we'll wait and see. Maybe Lukaku was holding them back, and that game just spurred them on to go and score some more goals against weaker teams. Next is our two Man City defenders. We got against Crystal Palace at home. Crystal Palace, they've got some interesting players. Zaha, Edouard, sorry. Who else? Benteke's been in form, it looks like. He's gotten a couple of goals recently in the last 9 games. He's gotten, I think, like 2 or 3 goals. So there are some decent players, but I just don't see him scoring any goals. I could see Cancelo getting benched just because I saw that he played 90 minutes on the weekend, and then he also played 45 minutes in the Carabao Cup this week. So I could see him getting benched would be pretty unfortunate, but keeping DS in, hopefully we can see him play. And then the new man in the team is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I brought him in for Christensen. I just felt like it was necessary, honestly. Like not having Trent in. I wanted to bring him in this week no matter what. Like Brighton away or Brighton at home was the game that I wanted to bring him in. I would have never seen in a million years that Manchester United was the week I should have brought him in. Like, it's just ridiculous. In the 2 weeks that I haven't had him, he has gone absolutely freaking parabolic. He's gotten 16 points in the 2 weeks I haven't owned him. It's just been a freaking nightmare. What a stupid decision that was on my part. But it is what it is. What can you do? Okay, let's move on to our midfield now. So the midfield is the same as last week, did not change at all. We got Salla against Brighton. Not much to say there. It should be saying actually Brighton home. That's my mistake. But yeah, Brighton at home. Like what? Who are you? How are you not going to play Salla? Like at this point, especially against weak teams. You just saw Brighton concede 4 goals to a Man City side that don't even have a striker. Like he's absolutely going to be in the team no matter what. Rafinha, he is yellow flagged against Norwich away. It says 75% chance of playing. I think he's got a good chance of playing, honestly. We'll see in the press conferences what Bielsa says. Maybe I'll have to play one of the defenders or midfielders on my bench. But we'll have to wait and see what Bielsa says. If he says Rafinha's out, then I'm just going to take his word for it, because he's got them luscious locks. He's not a bald fraud at all. He's going to tell us exactly what's going on and who's playing. Foden, Crystal Palace at home. Crystal Palace, like their defensive game has been interesting. They haven't been too amazing in defense. I always see Crystal Palace as a weak team, but I haven't really seen many of their games, to be honest. Like they're 15th right now. They concede almost in every single game, it looks like. Like the last time they kept a clean sheet was against Tottenham, which is not surprising considering how shit they've been. But yeah, clean sheet against Tottenham a couple weeks ago was the last time they kept a clean sheet. They usually concede at least 1 or 2 goals, so I'm hoping that Foden plays, and I hope that he can get on the score sheets at some point. Moving on to our forward line, we're going to start from right to left this time. We got Jimenez against Everton at home. Everton just shipped 5 goals to Watford. Freaking crazy. Like, who would have thought that Watford would be the one banging in goals this weekend? But Everton's defense is pretty weak. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimenez or Hwang or Adama Traore or Podence or any of their stars were able to get through that Everton defense. Just as long as Jimenez plays, I think he'll get some returns. There is some concern that he might not play. Last week there was some concern that he wasn't going to play. He ended up playing, but if there is any more concerns, that could be concerning for myself. But I think that he should play, and I think that he should get some returns. Tony against Burnley at home, or Burnley away. Sorry. I'm hoping that this is the start of when Ivan Toney can start getting on the score sheets again. I mean, the last time he scored was probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And yeah, like Brentford's upcoming fixtures are really good. They got Burnley, Norwich, Newcastle, Everton, Tottenham, Leeds, Watford. Like, those are all pretty amazing fixtures. Maybe minus Spurs, but even then, they could be a good fixture. So I'm just hoping that he can finally get on the score sheet and probably get some goals. And then the last man on this team is Harry Kane against Manchester United at home. This game, I think, determines whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Nuno Espirito Santos gets the sack. Whoever wins this game comes away with their job. So I'm hoping that Kane can get some goals against Manchester United. Their defense was really shit against Liverpool, but I'm hoping that they can also be weak in this game. But as a Tottenham fan, I'm almost hoping that we lose this game and we say goodbye to Nuno, because his time here, although it's been limited, has been very weak, very poor to watch. It's reminding me a lot of Jose Mourinho when he got here, except the difference was Jose Mourinho started off well and then got bad. Nuno is playing terrible right now, and maybe he could change it. Maybe he'll turn it around, but it's a rough time to be a Tottenham fan. Let's say that. So yeah. Okay, so let's move on to who is going to be the captain and vice captain for this game week. Our vice captain is Harry Kane against Manchester United at home. Although I don't want Tottenham to win this game, I think Manchester United's defense is very weak. I think Harry Maguire is a very weak player in terms of like defending. So I think that Kane can probably get some returns if he's playing, which I assume he will. Luke Shaw as well. Like if I was going to take a punt on somebody, you might even think to take a punt on Lucas Moura, because he's going to be playing on the right against Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. Like, that's going to be... He's hopefully going to have a field day over there. Or maybe they even put Son on the right side and put Kane on the left in, like, a up front 2, maybe. Either way, I think Kane against Manchester United is a good vice-captain. I just think that you always want to captain your big hitters, so he's one of my big hitters. I'm going to vice-captain him this week and hope that our captain does something much, much better. And our captain is obviously Mohamed Salah. I can't fully imagine him always returning, but you'd be crazy not to captain him. He has to be your captain this week. He's the best player. The only other captain that you might have is if you somehow have De Bruyne, you could maybe justify captaining him. But like De Bruyne's been like managed, and apparently he's going to be managed for the rest of the season. So I don't know. He's not the player that you really want. Salah is the guy. Salah is the man you want. If you want somebody that you're going to captain every week who's going to get you returns, it's Mohamed Salah. You got to captain him. That's it. If you're not captaining Mohamed Salah, then I don't know. You're probably taking some punts on some players, trying to gain rank. But at this point in the season, you want to start you want to keep up with the pack. You don't want to start punting and trying to get. Who wants to be first at game week 10? You don't want to be first at game week 10. You want to be first at game week 38. At the end of game week 38, you want to be the first, because that's how you win the game. So yeah, I wouldn't start taking punts now. I'd start solidifying my place in the top ranks, and that's the only way to do that is to captain Salla this week. Okay, so let's move on to our bench and look at the -4 that we took this week. Okay, so our bench is Foster. Like I said earlier, could come in for Ramsdale, depending on what's going on with Vardy. We got Livramento first on the bench, Watford away. I know they just scored 5 against Everton, but I think Southampton's defense is slightly better than Everton's. I know that's maybe a little bit controversial, but... and yeah, I think Livramento has been amazing, so that's why he's first on the bench. He could easily get a return in that game. Smith Rowe, he came in for Saka. There's not too much... the only reason I brought in Smith Rowe is because he was cheaper and I needed some money to move so I could bring in Alexander Arnold. And so I thought, who can I take out of this team? I'm not going to take out Rafinha. I'm not taking Tony out. I'm not taking Jimenez out right now. So the only person I thought that was the best choice to take out was Saka. The other person I could have taken out, I guess, was Diaz. Could have brought him down to maybe like a 4.5, 5 million player. But I just thought, nah. I wanted to bring someone else. So I brought in Smith Rowe. He's been playing really amazing. Basically nailed. He's going to be playing 90 minutes most games. Arsenal's fixtures are still pretty decent. That's why I had Saka. So if I'm going to have Saka, Smith Rowe is just as good. And like I said, slightly cheaper. So yeah, we brought him in after the price rise. Same with Trent and Arnold. So we got 5.5 and 7.6 respectively, and how much we paid for them. And then yeah, we got Brownhill on the bench, third bench, playing Brentford at home. Nothing to see there. Just our third bench player. So the predicted score for this team is 60.8. Pretty decent score. I think that's mostly because Salla, I think, is predicted for like 7 points this game, which I would not be surprised if he did. Plus the captains, that makes him like 14 points just by himself. I'm seeing a lot of potential for clean sheets in this team. I could see the entire defense keeping a clean sheet, to be honest. And with the way Cancelo and Alexander-Arnold attack, I could see them getting 9 points, potentially getting an assist somewhere, maybe some bonus points just for the clean sheet and how much they contribute to the passing and crossing game and all the big chances they create. So yeah, overall my predicted score is 59. A little bit lower than the real predicted score, but you know, it is what it is. I think it's really, really close. So I think it's a good predicted score this week, and I think that my prediction is going to be pretty close as well. So yeah, Money in the Bank right now is exactly at 0. That's why I brought in Trent and Smith Rowe when I did, because I was worried that they would rise again. Like Alexander-Arnold went from like negative a chance of rising to rising randomly. So that worried me, that scared me. And maybe I knee-jerked a little bit, but I decided to bring him in and Smith Rowe in, just so that way I wouldn't get priced out of any more players. My plan was going to be for Alexander-Arnold and Mbabu to come in this game week, but unfortunately I got priced out. So that's my fault, but it is what it is. So yeah, we got no Money in the Bank right now. So any transfers we're going to make, they have to be 1 for 1. Because we only have one transfer for Game Week 11. I could see myself just holding it, honestly. Game Week 11, I don't see a lot of potential of changing my team. I think they look pretty good, but I guess depends on injuries and stuff like that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please let me know if you have any questions about the team, or if you have any questions about your own team, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Yeah, good luck, everybody, for this game week, and cheers, everyone.